did I tell you I've passed out on a plane in a bathroom?
You did tell me that.
Yeah. I didn't eat. Blood sugar dropped and I passed out in a fucking airplane.
That's crazy. No, I'm literally obsessed.
Hey,
Hey,
besties.
besties.
Welcome to Literally Obsessed. It's your girl, Cassie.
And Brittany.
How are y'all doing?
Hi.
Welcome.
Welcome, everybody.
Today's a fun little episode, y'all. We have read Miss Rebecca's In the Likely Event book for you guys today. And today we're going to be talking about it.
Yeah.
Y'all know we love Miss Rebecca, of course. So this is exciting that we got to read something that wasn't Fourth Wing related.
Yes.
Anyways, yeah. This book came out when?
2023.
2023. I don't know why I thought it was like much earlier, but
Yeah, she has been pumping out books.
she pumped it
like
out.
nobody's business.
And this came out in between Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, if I'm
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
not wrong there. Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Writing like this big of a series and then another book. Rebecca, you're crazy.
Well, I mean, she just came out with Variation
She's crazy.
in the middle of this other series. Like that,
Let's
it's
just
wild.
finish our series though.
I know. Let's put a pause.
Let's put a pause on everything else. So, as you guys always know, we are girlies who like to talk, not always appropriately, but content warning for you guys. Also, trigger warning. This book has a lot to talk about, like PTSD, mental health, war, a lot of politics as well. So if that any at all like triggers you, please feel free to watch another video of ours or listen to another podcast. But if you haven't read, which you definitely should, spoilers pretty much after the synopsis from then on. We're talking mostly about the book, so if any of this triggers you, feel free to click away. And also, of course, a spoiler warning, we're going to be talking about different plethoras of the book and our favorite moments and everything, so feel free to read the book before you listen to this.
Definitely. And as usual, we have our Patreon and our newsletter. Woo! Those are always in the description of our episodes, so feel free to check those out. We have 2 tiers over on our Patreon, and by the time not yet, but we are getting close to when our merch will be dropping. I was forgetting when this episode is going live, but we are getting close to merch. So if you are part of one of the tiers, you get a discount on merch. So that's super fun. And our newsletter is completely free. Comes out the first of every month. All the information will be in our bio. You just get to see a little bit more of us and what we're up to.
Yeah. Go ahead and check that out, y'all. So should we just get into it?
Let's get into
it.
Okay. We're going to start out with a little synopsis for y'all, just to give us a baseline of what this book is about. We actually went in blind, so we did not even read this.
I had no idea what this. I just saw a plane on it on the cover.
Yes,
no idea what this was.
Yeah. All right. Are we popcorning
Let's popcorn it?
Okay. Do you want to start this?
Yes. Okay. I'm gonna just say I don't know how to say his last name. Flynn.
Wait. How does it?
Felon.
Do you think it's felon
or Flynn? Felon. I don't.
Phelan. I don't know. You know what? I think every time I saw it, I just
ignored
like,
it.
Nate went to. Blah.
Should I look up how to say it?
I mean, if you want to.
All right. Here's the synopsis. When Izzy Astor gets on a plane to go home, she isn't expecting much. It's the usual holiday travel experience: busy, crowded, stressful. Then she spots her seatmate, who is anything but ordinary. Nate Phelan sports dark hair, blue eyes, and a deliciously rugged charm that Izzy can't resist. Their connection is undeniable. Izzy never believed in destiny before, but she does now. Just 90 seconds after takeoff, their plane goes down in the Missouri River. Crazy. Just saying it like that.
It's crazy. After 90 seconds. That is crazy. You haven't even gotten off the floor. Oh, it's crazy.
It's crazy.
Their lives change. They change. Nate goes on to a career in the military while Izzy finds her way into politics. Despite a few chance encounters over the years, their timing never feels right. Then comes a high-stakes reunion in Afghanistan where Nate is tasked with protecting Izzy's life. He'll do anything to keep her safe and everything to win her heart.
That is a crazy little synopsis. I'm not gonna lie.
Do think that even reading that, I would be like, what the
hell is this about?
Yeah.
It is weird because we'll get into this, but if you don't know anything about the book, and you haven't read it, and you're gonna stop the episode right now because you have to read it before you listen to the rest of this. But
unless you like spoilers,
which, you know what, I do too, so I get it. But this book truly, I don't know how to explain it to someone else. Like, you know, like
as I was writing the outline, I was like, I don't even know how to comprehend what I read.
Exactly. And I'm like, I don't know how to recommend this to other people because I'm like,
yeah.
So it like has to do a lot with like politics, but not really at all. It's really mostly about a love story, but they're not really in love. It's like, it's weird to explain. So
right.
Best way I could explain it is plane crash. It trauma bonds these two people for a long time.
Yeah.
And they go through some more trauma.
Yeah, and they go through life.
Yep.
Through the next 10 years together.
It's crazy. So anyways.
Okay. So let's get into our overall thoughts and ratings.
Let's do it.
Do you want to go first or do you want me to go first?
You go first.
Okay. I gave it a 4.5 stars. Mm-hmm. I thought that this was like a cute, fun, steamy little romance book. I will get into it in a couple minutes, but there was some things that I didn't love as much because sometimes I just like to read to escape reality.
Yeah.
And given our current political climate, this was just the wrong time to read this book, I think. So some of the things like the war and the politics made me not love the book as much. Yeah. I also like had seen something on Reddit that was just like something about them falling in love in Afghanistan doesn't seem right, and I was like, I do kind of agree with that. Agree with Rebecca, that, you were a little wild for that one.
Yes,
but I did really like the book, and like Miss Rebecca knows how to write a steamy scene.
Oh yeah, she fucking does.
But it was really good. I loved like everything else about it.
I would agree. I gave this on Goodreads. I gave it a 5.
Well, you can't do.
I wish
half.
you. I
haven't even rated it on Goodreads yet. Actually,
I looked to see what you said for it, and I couldn't find it.
It was blank. My bad.
Nothing. I said it was a 4.75. That's my real rating for it, for the same reason, because I really, really loved this book. Like, truly, this was really, really good, but parts of it was kind of taking me out of the story a little bit, even though I did. That was weird. Did you hear that too?
Yeah, that was like a little pop.
Even though one of my reviews of it is that I loved the storyline, like I do like the dual timeline, timeline jump. I love that. It was
giving the last 5 years.
Oh my god,
wasn't it? That was the first thing I thought of. It was giving the last 5 years.
Y'all don't fucking know about the last 5 years like we do. I am obsessed with that. I'm not gonna go on a tangent because I can't. That's like a whole 3-hour episode. But the last 5 years is like one of my favorite fucking musicals ever. And you're so right. I didn't even fucking pair that until now.
It was literally like the first thing I thought of. At first, sorry, not to deviate too much.
No, please.
At first, I thought it was going to be the current timeline in only his POV and the past in only hers, because that's what it was at first. And I was like, oh my God, it's the last 5 years. But then it switched up. So
guys, if you've never watched or listened to the last 5 years, watch the movie. That is the best intro to the story with Jeremy Jordan and Anna Kendrick. It's literally so fucking good.
Yeah.
But that would have been, I think, even crazier version of this book if it was that way. I think that would have been wild.
Oh my God, yeah.
I wouldn't have been able to breathe.
Yeah.
But yeah, even though I loved the storyline, parts of like this is gonna sound really fucking bad, but like parts of like the war and like talking about the like senator and shit, I was like, guys, I really don't care. Like, can we speed it up to like the flashback scene that we were just on a cliffhanger about?
Yeah, I can. Yeah, sometimes with a dual timeline, there were parts where I was like, wait, what happened? Like, what did I had to go back to the 2 chapters ago to like understand where we left off.
Yeah.
So
it is weird. And I also feel like there was a lot of things that we didn't find out, which I think we both talked about in our little deep dive. But regardless, that's just like my very small critical, I guess, or not critical, critiques that I have for the book. Everything else was really good. Rebecca knows how to write a smut scene.
She does.
Like, dare I say, this was crazy, like, than some of the Fourth Wings ones that we've read.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was worse than the throne scene.
I wouldn't say worse.
Sorry, not worse, but sorry, like
comparable.
More explicit.
Yeah, I would just say because this is more real world, it felt very real.
Okay, fair.
I was like, oh god, why do I always do that?
Always blowing out the mic.
Always blowing out the mic. But anyways, really enjoyed the book. I'm glad that we both rated it so highly.
Yeah.
I will say Cassy loves, if you don't know Cassy, meaning me,
not the third person,
you guys don't know her, she loves to procrastinate. I have anxiety, so I procrastinate like shit. I finished this book, y'all, last night, and I started it 2 days ago, like in full again.
But also, let me throw out, she would have had 2 weeks to read it.
1000%. I gave myself 2 weeks, but
we had to push back the filming date for her.
I'm so sorry, guys. This is also what happens when you're working a job that has the worst hours. So I'm working whack ass hours right now. Anyways, not an excuse, but just want to say it's a very easy read if you haven't fully read it yet. I literally finished it in 2 days. Could have finished it in a day, but
yeah, I was truly hooked from like second chapter.
Yeah, it was really good. It was. I had a hard time stopping it to then continue reading it because I was like, I just want to read the whole thing. But
yeah.
Anyways, into more fun shit. Let's go into a fan cast. Okay. I'm gonna need you to follow me here.
All right, please take the reins.
Okay, so for Izzy, I think me. Let me sport my case here.
Go for it.
I don't know. I'm not a blonde. I'm not a dirty blonde.
Yeah.
I'm a brunette.
Right.
I have brown eyes, though.
Okay.
And I think that sells it. I think I'm perfect.
Like, I could dye my hair.
Yeah. And you know what? I think we've talked about this before. Whenever we're trying to fan cast a book, we only see ourselves as the main character.
It's true.
This is one of those moments.
No, it is. I think for both of them, I had a really hard time. Yeah. Because, I mean, one, yes, I love to cast myself as, I think it's just because it's in first person. So I'm like reading it as if this is like my diary entry or something.
Yep.
But it was really hard for me to picture what I wanted Nate to look like.
Yeah.
Or like, I can picture him. I can't think of a real person.
Right. Okay. Which leads to, I'll say who I think Izzy would be. She do you know Caitlin Dever?
Yes, I love her.
She, I feel, isn't always like in the limelight of Hollywood. I feel like she was in like Booksmart.
Yes.
A couple other movies, but she's like more stereotypical romantic interest that I just threw her name in there.
Yeah.
She's also kind of giving like this young, like independent person that I think Izzy kind of was, but I don't know. She just was honestly the face that I would think about, but I was like, it's me, but I'll give it to her.
Yeah, I like that. I really tried to think, and I was like, let me think of blondes, and for some reason the only person I could think of was Madeline Klein. Is that her name?
Oh yeah.
But I was like, I don't really see it.
No, she just doesn't. She gives in what's the other book? I'm reading the 7-Year Slip right now.
Okay.
I started reading it this morning.
Okay. Nice.
Kind of
yeah, I don't really, I was just trying to find a blonde.
Yeah. I'm like, Caitlin can dye her hair. I can dye my hair.
I could dye my hair also.
I could wear a wig. Have you worn wigs?
Yeah, I grew up dancing.
Have you worn wigs?
Yeah.
Will you wear wigs?
I forgot how.
You don't know what this.
No, I do. I just forgot.
I'm so scared, Brittany. I was like, wait, do you know?
I do. I just don't remember how it goes.
It's something like, it's like, have you worn wigs? Yes. Will you wear wigs? Maybe. Is this a wig? Something about a wig? He's like, he cackles and shit. Anyway,
it's been a long time. What was I gonna say? I thought you were gonna be like you as Izzy, and then you're gonna cast me as Serena, and I was like, no, bitch, that's not fair.
Well, now that you open that door,
that's not fair.
Well, yeah, I'm closing it. I'm closing the case.
Fine, then I get to be Daphne in Funny Story.
Well, at least you don't get to go through war. I gotta go through war.
Well, sorry, you cast yourself. So,
okay, I'll give you Daphne.
Okay, beautiful.
Because
Rebecca,
I love Nate.
Rebecca and Emily Henry cast us.
Let us know. Please. Okay, speaking of Nate.
Yes. Okay, I don't think I know this person.
Am I about to introduce you to him?
Yeah, can you look him up for me?
Alrighty.
Okay, let's see him.
Okay, so who I said was Nicholas Alexander Chavez. Okay. He has been the little it boy for me for the past couple weeks, I will say.
Weeks. This is a new
love I have.
Okay.
Have you been like watching the Menendez brother like docuseries?
No, but if he's one of them, I've seen him then.
Yes, he is one of them. He is the one that everyone loves.
Okay, I guess I'm not on that side of
No, that's okay, because
TikTok.
here I go talking about it and you're gonna get it on your For You page pretty soon.
Yeah.
I more know him from Grotesquerie. I think that's actually how you say it.
Okay.
The show, because they revealed that that's how you say it.
Oh, are you sure it's not just grotesque?
I thought it was.
They're adding in letters.
But the name of the suspect in the show is called Grotesquerie.
Okay.
From what the episode I watched last night.
Okay, fair.
So he is in the show a hot priest, which always can get me on board with a story.
Okay.
I'm intrigued. Not saying that's like a thing. Anyways, I'm gonna babble too much into that. But he plays a hot priest.
Okay.
And there's a scene that I don't want to show you right now.
Okay.
But
Live
I'll
on the
show
pod.
you. I'll show you at a later time.
Okay.
That is just, it's just perfection for me. It's funny as hell.
Okay, I'm ready.
This is him. Now you're gonna have to work with me.
She's holding it back so I can't see it yet, guys.
You're gonna have to work with me.
Okay.
Because what do we think in characteristics for Nate? Tall,
Right.
muscular, fit,
Yeah.
beautiful,
Blue eyes.
dark godlike,
hair. Yeah.
dark hair, curly,
like 7
wavy
feet
hair.
tall.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, yes, like a god.
Yeah.
Let me find a really good one.
This is like when you like a guy and your friend's like, let me see a picture. And you're like,
You're
well,
like,
he looks better in person though. Like he doesn't take good pictures.
Guys, he just he doesn't really have any pictures on his Instagram. Like this is just like one that he's tagged on.
Yeah.
Like it's really not
That's
that
what
good.
it's giving.
But genuinely, he's so attractive. But his Google isn't really coming up.
Okay.
well.
Okay. I'm looking now.
This was him.
Okay, you truly picked the worst possible picture you could have shown me. I can't even see his face.
That's amazing. Hold on. Okay. Let me get you.
Let me just see his face.
This is him. This is the worst one. You're not really letting me cook. Hold on.
Well, okay, that one's maybe.
Okay, so the reason why I say you have to work with me is because Nate's like what, in his 30s now?
Well,
at the very end of it.
Close, because I think they're like 18, 19. Okay.
And I think he could do it. I think he could look older.
Go back to that other picture. Like I could see that.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
He's just giving farm boy as we love.
Okay.
I wish there was a picture of him shirtless just so you can understand.
Well, just show me the scene after.
Okay. Oof. Yes, ma'am. Anyways, I just think that he would be a really good casting for Nate.
Okay.
He has so far only been in like dramas and suspense things, I guess.
Okay.
So maybe seeing him in a romantic thing would be fun for him.
Yeah.
We don't want to fall into the traps of Evan Peters. So he would be a really good choice for me personally, because we could throw on a little beard and make him look older.
Deal. Okay.
I can't wait to have thirst traps on your TikTok now.
All right. I'm excited.
You should be.
I threw in, of course, Dylan O'Brien.
Okay, can you guys?
Can't you see it though?
Of course I can. He's casted in everything in my head.
He literally is in everything.
Okay, we got to bring it up.
Okay.
You know that edit I sent you from TikTok?
In Ponyboy or whatever it's called? Yeah.
Wasn't it so good?
Yeah.
It was so good.
I just think like he can pull. Okay, because I'm forgetting. Well, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not hip with the military, so I don't know. Do you have to shave your head or like a buzz cut?
I think you do.
Because I'm trying to remember if she says he has like longer hair, but I don't think that you can in the military. I think it has to be pretty like shaven down.
I'm not too sure if like after the ranking, you know, because he became.
I mean, I'm also like, what the fuck is a special forces unit? Like, I don't even know what this is.
I thought it was a secret agent
like,
at first.
Rebecca, I don't think you can reveal this information to us. Like, what?
How do you know what this is,
How
Rebecca?
do you know? Yeah.
I don't know.
All I'm saying is that he can pull off having longer hair, and
also,
if necessary, he can pull off having a little buzz cut and a beard. I wouldn't be opposed to seeing him in a little military uniform.
Fucking either.
Love a man
little
in
dog tag.
uniform,
hell yeah.
Every once in a while.
If you're curious, just go on TikTok and there's a video of Dylan O'Brien in a thirst trap edit of.
I think there's a lot.
There's
actually.
a lot of them, but this one is specifically to the newer thing he's in, Pony Boy.
Yeah.
Really good. Okay, if you even need, I'll just DM us and I'll send you the link. Everyone should see this video.
Yeah.
But this doesn't help our theory that we always will cast Dylan O'Brien into every single
cast him in anything.
Any rom-com.
Did you see that he's open to it?
No.
I sent you the
Which one?
interview. They brought up Funny Story. I literally was like, stop it, I'm getting goosebumps. They interviewed him and they were like, have you heard of Funny Story? People are fan casting you. And he was like, oh, a couple of my friends have like told me about it. Like, I would totally be open to it. And I was like, Dylan,
shut up.
Dylan,
You need to be real about that.
Be like, I'll die. I will
Serious
physically
inquiries only.
If we cut off for a second, it's because our camera went kind of crazy there.
It's okay. It's our ghost host.
It's our ghost host. That was the spirit of Dylan himself.
No, he's like, I will be, Miles. Don't worry.
Don't have to tell me twice.
Because also, imagine being his friend and being like, hey, you would definitely rock as this hot dude in this really steamy
He didn't
smut
clarify
book.
if it was women or men or both.
Nope.
If I was his friend, I would tell him too. I'd be like, you kind of look like this really hot
imaginary dude.
guy. He's like, oh, okay.
Do you think
like,
he read it?
It's my type. If you're curious. So
you're Dylan. I'm the friend.
Yeah.
I just read this like really amazing book. Like it's just so good. Like the lead intro, like he's just so hot.
Okay.
Like super good. Like good looking, good dude. I think you could be him in a movie, but like he's my type, so you have to do him. Like, but like I think you could rock it.
Well, maybe he means that they've seen like the TikToks and they're passing along the TikToks.
Maybe. Or he's like, yeah, I read it front to back. It's really good.
He's
really
like,
good book.
I could see it.
It's like I've actually talked to Emily about it already.
Oh my gosh.
Can you imagine?
Book talk is powerful, so I do have faith that we could make it happen.
Book talk has let a lot of things happen.
So book talk, if you want to see one of us in a role,
just
start fan casting.
You can't pull my leg, girl. Like I will do it. Like,
I hope, I'm throwing this out there, and if anybody wants to make it, feel free. And I hope that one day I log on to TikTok and see an edit of myself.
Bitch, I'm gonna get on that. I'm gonna do it.
I'll know that I have made it if there's an edit of me somewhere.
It's like our dream cast for whatever book. And
Can somebody please make that of me and Dylan O'Brien for Funny Story?
Oh my god, guys, I'm gonna make it for her birthday.
Guys, I'll pay somebody. I know how to edit. I'll make it myself.
No, it's different. You gotta get it from someone else.
I want somebody else to make it. And like, even if I paid you for it, act like I didn't.
I'm gonna buy you a cameo from Dylan O'Brien.
I would cry. I love him.
Imagine him singing.
Have him read the couch scene to me.
That's crazy. That's like full on OnlyFans. Like we'd have to.
Sorry.
That's amazing. Okay, I'm gonna get on it.
All
Dylan,
right, thank you.
Dylan,
I'm sorry for what I just said.
Are you?
I was thinking about how about the Wallows episode.
Oh god, yeah, I think about this a lot.
Well, like we said some things that were probably a little inappropriate about them. I'm sorry.
Just attacking for no reason.
I'm sorry that I like went full on male gaze on you guys.
We'd like to publicly apologize.
I'm wearing one of your shirts. To show that I'm apologizing. I've worn your shirt before. I was like, I'm gonna be an outfit repeater today, but
who cares?
I don't care.
It doesn't matter. But what matters is that we are sorry.
What's going on? Sorry. Sometimes Dylan just really takes me off track. Should we get into the deep
Let's
dive?
get into the damn deep dive.
Okay. Well,
let's start it off.
Yeah.
Brittany.
So I addressed this like 30 fucking minutes ago when we started the episode. But
it's already been 30
yeah, we've been ranting about Dylan O'Brien.
I'm sorry.
I know, we're yappers. Okay, so I just feel like we can't talk about this book without bringing this up. So I slightly hated reading this book given our current political climate. We hate to get political on here because it is just like, much like books, it's a place that we want everybody to just kind of escape reality and not have to deal with what is happening out in the world. But we thought about it and we were like, apologies if it appears like we stayed silent.
That's not what we wanted.
That is not at all what we wanted to put out there. And if you follow our personal accounts, then you would see that we were very vocal. I think we just weren't sure what exactly we should say, because it is like, we want this to be a fun, safe escape from reality. But in these trying times, that is also not that's also not okay to not say anything. But yeah, this was a hard book to get through. I was reading it on the night of the election.
Really awesome time to read it.
I literally, and like the next day I opened it to read it and I like closed it. I was like, I don't think I can physically do this right now. Like, I don't want to read about the fucking war in Afghanistan after the election news last night. But anyway, all to say, I just wanted to put out that this is a safe space for everybody, and we want this to be a very welcoming and fun place. And we too are very scared and sad
for our future
about where we will be over the next 4 years. So maybe we'll take Literally Obsessed abroad, because we might be moving out moving out of the country.
Let's go to Canada.
Like, I'm so down. But yeah, just know, girlies and gays and theys and supporters of women's rights and POCs and everybody, you guys are welcome here.
Yes.
We hope that this is a fun, welcoming, safe space for you guys to escape the reality of the horror that we have to go through the next couple of years.
I am waking up in a fright every single morning. Yeah. So if you guys ever want to talk, your besties are here.
Yes.
And
our
we
DMs
got
are
you.
Open.
Yeah. We want to build that community for you guys. Yeah. Because that's all we have.
Left. And really sorry that this is coming. I think we truly thought the election was going to go a different way. Yeah. And we were like, yeah, this would be such a fun. We also didn't know what this book was about. We should have probably researched it a little bit. But the second the election happened, we were like, bad choice time to read this book.
Bad choice. You know what? And
it's like go on.
No, I was just gonna say it was inevitable because we didn't really know what was going on, but also maybe it just fueled my fire a little bit more.
Yeah. And it's not like overly political. Yeah. It's just like, I just don't want to be reading about, like, if it was a fake war.
Yes.
Maybe it wouldn't have been.
But it's like, is very real.
This is a very real war, and there was politics.
Yes. And it had just a lot of talk about traumatic things and like dealing with that and healing, and then also mentioning stuff that actually is happening to real people. And it's like, well, shit, we are going through very similar actual things just like this.
Yeah, it was like, I can't wait to escape the world. Opened it and it was like the war in Afghanistan, and I was like it's like, okay, I'm gonna have to take a break from this book.
Yeah, actually. Yeah. So I think the timing was a little rough, but we got through it. It's okay. Yeah. And we're going to get through this, guys. Just in general.
All right. Well, just wanted to address that real quick.
Yes. Thank you, Brittany. Thank you so much.
Before,
okay. So I don't think I've ever told you this. Okay. But I have a slight fear of flights.
Oh, I'm very scared of flying.
Are you really? Yeah. Okay. So how is your fear of flights? How is it for you?
I'm just constantly scared I'm gonna get in a plane crash.
Right.
Like,
do you play it cool, or are you panicking on a flight visibly?
I think I play it cool. Okay. I feel like, well, I've never flown by myself. Okay. So that I'm sure would be a very different experience for me. But I'm a hand holder and I'm a grabber. And
so this must have been personal for you.
It was a little, the second that she said she was scared of flying, I was like, fuck, they're gonna get in a plane crash. I literally had a bad feeling that something was gonna happen to them.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, okay. Have you been on a lot of like flights before in your life?
I've been on a couple, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Were they long?
Yeah, I mean, usually...
Because you went to New York.
Yeah, 4 hours, 5 hours, whatever.
I have a very slight, like, it's underground fear of flying. It truly has, like... It's kind of grown over the years, I think. I've been on a lot of flights before in my life. I've been on a lot of flights by myself, and those ones in particular, I'm more scared because I'm like, well, I'm not with anybody.
Right.
And normally all my flights have always been in the United States. Flying to Japan, I was freaking out.
Yeah.
Internally, though.
Yeah.
Don't think anyone of my family knew.
Yeah.
But this part of the book where they fucking get in a fucking plane crash was honestly, it made it skyrocket because her talking about the facts of like, you know, like the most crashes happen about 4 minutes before and after like takeoff, and I went, that's the time I'm most terrified.
That is when I'm really once we're like in the air, I'm like, I think we're good.
Yeah. But it's takeoff that freaks me out. Yep. I'm sitting in silence going, if anyone's up there right now, please protect this plane.
Yeah.
I'm like sitting, just pretending to be cool, like I'm sleeping or something, but I'm secretly praying to whatever is in the universe.
No, I know.
Going, God help me.
I also, I'm sure that like technology has changed a little bit more, and like we have airplane mode and like all these different things, but like, you know, 10 years ago or whatever, it was like, okay, everybody turn off your phones for the duration of the flight. And I was always like, what if some bitch doesn't turn off their phone and that causes some sort of interference and we crash? Well, how am I just supposed to trust everybody?
You can't.
You can't.
Obviously, we know you can't trust a lot of people on the plane. No, that's like a very mistrusting place.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, I'm always like, okay, well, there's a U.S. Marshal on every flight. It's not. Did you know it's not on every single flight?
No,
it's only on big ones.
Okay.
Long distance.
Okay.
So the small little ones I've always been on, I've always been like, there's someone here to protect. I'm wrong.
Well, I think I didn't even know that. I think I was just like, it's a free for all out here.
No, they on like bigger flights, they have U.S. air marshals.
Oh, okay.
They're strapped up.
Oh shit.
And they're undercover in case anything happens.
That's actually crazy.
Isn't that crazy?
Not to. I don't really want to bring up really traumatic things on this episode. I'm really scarred by 9/11.
That's fucking fair.
I'm aware that we have like a lot more safety things in place, but I'm just like, how easy is it to hijack a plane?
I know.
And somebody really scared me and brought up like a point that I've never thought of, and they were like, what if the pilot is suicidal? And I was like, please
never
don't
talk to me again.
Don't.
No,
I'm gonna trust that these pilots love their jobs.
They have to go through some kind of medical screening.
Yeah, I want to be on a flight. I'm waiting for the day that it comes where they're like, this is your captain speaking, this is a very important flight to me because I've got my wife on board, or like,
and I'm gonna know I'm safe.
It's my last flight, or like something. I'm gonna be like, wow, this person loves their job and they will fight to keep me safe.
Yep.
It's just the fact that like I can't control anything that scares me. And like, I know like people have tried telling me like, you're so much more safe in an airplane than a car. Like you're more likely to get in a car crash than an airplane. And maybe it's just because I drive a lot more than I fly. So I'm more comfortable driving. But I think it's something about not being in charge of what's happening that scares the crap out of me.
And also to think the escape plan like is fucking wild.
Like, we're gonna parachute out the side or what?
Fucking
no. An inflatable slide?
No.
Like,
no. Like, I have a big fucking fear. Like, one of my truest fears is that I'm gonna have to be in like a survival like environment. Yeah. Because I got in a plane crash.
Yeah. Have you ever seen Lost?
Yeah, bitch. I can't watch it. I genuinely can't watch it. It triggers me. I get scared.
Have you finished it?
No.
Okay, well then I can't. Do you want me to spoil the end for you?
Please.
Okay, this is spoiler if you haven't finished Lost and you're watching it. In the end, you find out that they're actually in purgatory and they did die in the plane crash. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, hell.
Isn't that crazy?
That's your purgatory?
Yeah.
Fuck no.
Yeah. It kind of ruined the show for me. I was like, are you fucking kidding me this whole time? because it doesn't reveal it till the very end of like the 8 seasons or whatever it is. And I was like, this whole time they've been dead.
And
like
they're just trying to survive.
Thought that they were fighting for their lives over here.
What the fuck? That just blew my mind. Yeah, I'm worried if that shit happened to me.
Yeah.
Imagine. That's your purgatory.
Yeah. I always get scared when they're doing all the safety things and then it's like pull down the mask and there's a life jacket.
No,
I'm always like
it's too
much
fucking
to
real.
remember.
It's,
yeah.
I never will sit in the exit seat because I don't trust that I
You're
will
like,
be.
move me, please.
No, I'm like, I'm not the one to look at in case of an emergency.
Yeah.
I'm going to be panicking, shitting my pants in the 15th row. I'm not going to be like in the fucking big ass. I don't care about my feet length.
Yeah.
Or my room. Whatever. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah. No, it's scary. That is a big reason. I know we've talked about how I don't have my passport and I am literally getting one because of the state of our country right now. But
you need it now, girl.
But I'm like, a big reason I feel like I haven't pushed myself to like go out of the country is because I can barely handle like a 5-hour flight to like, I don't know, like New York or whatever. I don't want to get on a 15-hour flight. I'm gonna shit my pants.
Dude, truly, I had to take a fat melatonin and hope to God. And say a little prayer because that's all you can do.
Yeah.
It's just, you feel like the claustrophobic feeling. I'm not very claustrophobic.
Yeah.
But it's like we're in an airtight space.
Yeah. And I mean, you're there for
tons
hours
of us
at a time.
You can't walk around.
You don't know these people.
No, you kind of feel sick.
Yeah.
Did I tell you I've passed out on a plane in a bathroom?
You did tell me that.
Yeah. I didn't eat, blood sugar dropped, and I passed out in a fucking airplane.
That's crazy.
That's my biggest fear.
Yeah.
Is dying in an airplane or dying from an airplane.
Yeah.
So all to say, this fucking book was triggering.
Yeah.
I was so terrified.
Yeah.
And now knowing the facts that she was saying, do I even know they're real? I don't know, but it seemed real to me.
I'm pretty sure that those are real. I have heard that the most plane crashes will happen within the takeoff and touchdown.
Yeah. Hell no.
Yeah. I'm always get really scared on takeoff and touchdown.
Do you get like bubble guts when you're on a flight?
Not really. It's pretty rare that I experience like motion sickness. I will say I think it was when I went to New York. I want to say we had a layover somewhere, or maybe it was flying in, but we were like, no, I think it was, we flew into LaGuardia, and I was like, I don't think I ever want to do that again because I'm forgetting. If it wasn't that, it was SFO, because they are very similar. They're over the water, which is terrifying because you just see the plane coming into the fucking water. The runway is on the water if you've never been to these airports. So that's terrifying. Although truly a water landing is the best.
Yeah.
Like,
best case
I hope
scenario.
that I can't even say it. What I was trying to say is a water landing would be the best case scenario because they do have the little inflatable slides that you can go out of on the side.
But you can't swim.
Well, but there are life jackets under your seat.
I know, but it scares me.
Well, girl, it scares me. I'm the one that can't swim.
I know. I'm sure it does. It scares me a lot.
So anyway, all to say, when we were flying into the airport, looks like you're going to come into the water, and they had to do like a big like U-turn to get in, and I don't know if it's like, obviously they're getting clearance on when they can take off and when they can touch down and like all of that stuff, but he was like circling and he kept banking and like making like it was a huge donut. I was like, I'm gonna throw up, and it's like you're coming down in altitude.
Yep.
Like,
it's all awful.
It was really bad, and that was the one time that I was like, I think I might throw up. I think I
might use a little baggie that they provide in front of your seat.
Yeah. But I made it out to tell the tale. So
I truly get really bad stomach aches because I think it's just anxiety.
Yeah.
Like my anxiety is just like, ugh, but I feel gross on flights. So just to say, Izzy, I get it.
I get it, girl.
Well,
I get it.
I don't know how she got on fucking planes after this.
No, that I would have never gotten on another plane ever again.
Hell no.
Like, catch me driving
I
everywhere.
will drive over the water.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck. Anyways, sorry. I'm done tangenting.
I know. Okay. Next thing.
You're in a relationship.
Right.
I am not.
Right.
I don't know if you've ever related to this though.
Uh-huh.
Have you ever had an airport crush?
I don't think I have, because the only times that I have ever been at an airport have been either like when I was a lot younger with my family, or with
John.
with current boyfriend.
With current boyfriend. Okay, so do you know the concept of an airport crush though?
Yeah.
So if you guys aren't aware of the delulu that most people have, airport crushes are a thing that I do every single time I go to the airport.
Right.
You pick a person out of a selected few, and you're like, well, they're cute.
Right.
So, and then you weirdly like, wow, what if we just fell in love here at this airport? What a fun story to tell.
Right.
This book is what I would think would happen with an airport crush.
It's exactly what happened to them.
It's exactly what happened to them.
Yeah.
And I go, okay, well, good to know. I don't want the plane crash part.
Right.
But the falling in love with somebody that you're sitting next to on a flight.
Right.
That's a dream for me.
Yeah.
That's a dream for me.
Yeah.
And I tend to have a lot of airport crushes. And sometimes they've bitten me in the butt because I go, oh, you're actually not as cute as I thought. But you were cute for the moment of the airport.
And that's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
I also want to say good on Nate for being so oddly calm for this being not only his first plane crash, but his first flight in general. Like, and just knowing all the questions to ask and everything. Crazy.
He's had to grow up with a hard life.
I know.
So
I have that
knows.
written somewhere else, but I know.
So he knows
Poor
how to
guy.
handle shit.
Yeah.
Fuck. No, but for me, I would have been like, what do you mean? What do you mean that's like the fact about planes and you'd be crashing, blah, 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 blah.
I know.
Or like trying to pull her. I wouldn't be like, oh, what's your blood type? I would be like,
no, my brain would go like numb. To put it into perspective. So have we said where we work on here?
No, I don't think we ever have.
I mean, we can keep it a secret.
We can if we want to.
Well, I'll just say that at our job, there have been times where like I have had to call a nurse or something like that for somebody else. And it like never happened the one time that it happened to me. Somebody like on my team. So I'm trying to use very select words here.
Yeah.
Somebody on my team had called me. I was like the lead and they were like, you need to call a nurse over.
Yeah.
So I called. I was always prepared what questions that they were going to ask and like, you know, all the information went out of my brain in that moment. And then they're asking me like, well, how old is this person? I'm like, hold on. And then I'm like, hello, guys, how old is like this person? Are they a boy? Are they a girl? Like, I don't even know what's happening. And it just like all went out of my brain. I was so unprepared for like just to call a nurse on this person. And then I couldn't get a hold of them. Like they just weren't answering me. And I was like yelling at them. Like I was like, guys, I need you to answer. I have the nurses on the phone.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah.
No, in the time of like crisis or like intensity, I tend to freeze up because you're like, you're in shock.
Yeah,
you don't know what to do. Yeah. Even in moments like something that didn't necessarily happen to you, you're like, well, I'm the communicator. What if I say something wrong? Like I don't want to say anything bad or blah 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 blah. But this guy came out with a full on like, what's your blood type? Yeah. Are you allergic to anything? Medications you're on?
No, so smart. So and remembering it, I would probably take in the information, immediately forget.
Not know anything. I would have been like, I don't know her name.
I don't even know my blood type.
No, me either.
And like. This just proves to me because in the end he was like, maybe I'm like not cut out to be in the military. I'm like, no, I actually think you were.
He was perfect for the job.
I think you were a perfect person for this.
Yeah, I agree. But no, really crazy how he asked all those questions.
Yeah.
Also, the plane was so fucking small. They only had 10 people in it.
Is that what they said?
Literally, she said only 10 people came out. I don't think that many people died. I don't think anyone really died there.
Oh, okay.
But that's what I think she said.
Interesting.
It was a very small number of
little
people.
Charter plane,
and I was
something.
like, it was just like a 2-seater. Isn't that crazy?
That's even scarier. I wouldn't trust those planes.
Right?
Yeah.
I've been on a small ass plane before, and it was
they're
scary. It was scary.
Yeah. Going back to what you were saying though, like later in the book, it does kind of dive into Nate's traumatic past and like truly poor boy. But I feel like it didn't. Just like with Xaden.
Yes.
Or Reese, any of our favorite traumatized men, we just brush past their trauma.
Yeah.
And like don't address it.
We never fully get the full story.
It's like, okay, so his dad was abusive, his mom died, we just move on.
And nothing happened.
Nothing. We don't know where the farm is.
No.
We don't find out about the farm.
We just know the farm.
Is his dad still alive?
I don't know.
Did he take the farm from his dad?
From what we can collect, it's like he had his father was abusive,
right,
had abused him his like whole life,
and his mom,
and he was very close to his mother, like idolized her, loved her,
right,
and they had this farm that I guess she passed on to Nate,
right,
through the will. And I guess we literally had one conversation with the dad there.
No, it's literally, yeah,
and that's it. So
it's never addressed again. Like,
right,
he didn't take the farm because they moved to Maine.
They didn't, like, no one knows where I don't know if maybe he still has
sold it maybe,
because he said that he was just threatening his dad until he finds out if he sold it or not.
That's crazy.
It's very weird. Do I think that it would have helped the storyline to know more? It's like maybe not.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I don't know if it would have fully helped it or not helped it, whatever. But I think it just, for my sake of being nosy and wondering, I would like to know what happened.
Want to know everything about these people.
Me too.
Yeah.
Same thing for her background. We knew a little bit more of her than we did him.
Yeah, I wanted more. I was like, are her parents politicians?
They're like I think they're just super
wealthy,
rich, and like they are in with the politicians, as most rich people are.
Yeah, I did want more info on them.
I don't know. I just feel like we got a lot of info on things we didn't necessarily need.
It's fair.
Like Serena. Sorry, girl.
She said cut her out of the book.
Cut her out of the book. She was an issue.
Okay, so when they go... Don't read ahead, Cassie. When they go...
Because I made a comment on it about it.
Okay. When they go to the bar for Izzy's birthday and Nate comes to visit, they're in the bar and poor boy is having anxiety and he's like, where's the closest emergency exit? There's so many people here. I can't see where everyone's hands are. Is me anytime I go out in public. Anytime I'm in a movie theater, anytime I'm in a club, anytime I'm in a fucking clothing store, that's what goes through my head. I am constantly looking for the nearest exit.
Yep.
I'm constantly surveying people to make sure they don't look sketchy.
Yeah.
As I was reading his anxiety, I was like, oh my God, this is good job, Rebecca, because
she got it.
That is how it feels.
I can attest for you, and then I can also attest for myself as well, because I feel it also follows you whenever you're a little buzzed, is you get a little like on edge. Guys, this is my favorite thing about Brittany. I think
don't even know that I do this. People have just told me this.
So, like, long story short, we go out for her birthday this year. We take her to karaoke. Karaoke's loud. Brittany's scared of loud things.
Yeah.
We get her a little buzzed, I would say. And all I just see is the concerned wash on her face. Like, she's just concerned looking. Yeah. And that's how she was the entire night. But she said she was having fun.
I was having fun.
But concerned to the max. I was nervous for her.
I do have to bring up, though, at one point, I knocked over a glass bottle, shattered it all over the floor, and all that was going through my mind was like, I'm in trouble. Like, they're going to kick me out. Like, you know what I mean? I felt so bad that the guy had to, like, come in and clean it. I was like, oh my God, I'm going to get kicked out. I ruined the party. Like,
no, it was such a good time.
I do remember this, but there was a broken glass on the floor, and I started picking it up.
And our friend just went,
and my friend
stop it,
smacked my hand. She said, do not touch it. And I was like, I have to clean it. Like, what am I supposed to do?
So her anxiety shows through a little bit. But that's fair.
And it was funny because after Cassie was like, did you not have fun? I was like, no, I did have fun. And then our mutual friend was like, yeah, no, that's just how Brittany gets when she's drunk. I've seen her drunk before. And I was like, how long was he going to keep that secret?
Until someone revealed.
To the grave. He's never told me that I look like that I'm like concerned.
I cannot believe that was the reveal of how you looked.
I can't believe it either.
I'm so sorry.
Me too. It's scary that even in my times of joy, I can't escape my anxiety. You know what I mean? Usually people like drink or do drugs to get away from it. It doesn't help me.
You know what? But at least you were having an internally a good time.
Okay, that's fair.
That's what I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
But I get it. The thing at the movie theater, though, I'm always scared.
I'm always scared at a movie theater.
I'm fucking terrified at a movie theater.
Yeah.
I am always anxious there.
I always note the emergency exits.
I go, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
I'm so scared.
Yeah.
Okay. Want to bring up, I cannot imagine a 10-year fucking situationship.
Mm-hmm. That's crazy.
Like, I could not be a functioning human being with a 10-year situationship.
Yeah.
Situationship might be a controversial word to use here because it's sometimes more of a situationship, more of like a relationship.
Right.
But like they were always so uneasy for 10 years.
10 years. Well, let's say 7.
Okay, we can say 7. But they knew each other for 10 years, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just would think that would drive me crazy.
There were times I was feeling a little bit betrayed. Like when she said that Nate was dating someone. I was like, Nate, how could you?
No, I know.
Like, what the fuck? You couldn't date Izzy, but you could date somebody else?
Bitch, you don't understand how mad I was at him when he like wasn't going to like fight for her. You know what I mean? I was like, you have the perfect opportunity to just do what you need to do.
It's ridiculous.
And drop it.
Yeah.
I don't know. There were some things where I was more angry at him, and then when he tried to put it on her, I went, Nate, knock it off. Yeah. This is not her issue. This is your issue that you're having. So I just think that is crazy.
That is crazy. Okay, so there was a couple steamy scenes in this book. I was reading this book at work because I had to get it done for you guys so I can look down the barrel of a camera and tell you about so anyway. Oh my god, okay, keep going. Okay, so I just hate being at a good part in the book and then it's a steamy scene and I'm fucking at work.
The worst is when you're at work
with like these people that I hate. Like I was reading it and I was like like, and I'm like, I'm trying to enjoy. There finally is something happening.
And like, let me tell y'all, you know it if you've read it.
Yeah, Nate knows how to treat a woman.
Holy fucking shit.
Yeah.
These sex scenes felt different because they were, I don't want to be this graphic, but I just want to say,
oh my gosh,
it's like the smuttiest smut I've read in a little bit. I dare I say more than like Funny Story.
Yeah, Emily Henry doesn't get too descriptive.
This was graphic.
It was pretty graphic.
Like we're talking graphic. Okay,
there's one. I gotta look at it. He said something. I should have highlighted it.
Was it the wet part?
Yeah,
I knew it.
Yeah,
because that one got
like,
me, bitch.
He said something, and I went, Nathaniel, what's wrong with you? Nathaniel, don't talk like that.
No, I forgot exactly which one it was.
Inappropriate,
but he talked a lot about the moisture precipitation, if you will, for Izzy, and it was quite intense, might I say.
It was a little intense.
It was a little intense, and I was like, oh,
yeah.
So, which isn't very shocking for Rebecca. She loves to write smut.
No, she smut.
She loves to write smut.
Dude, what do her kids think? What does her husband think?
I don't want to know because she always says she references from real life, and I don't want to know about that. I don't want to know about that. But these scenes were like really intense for some reason.
I mean, like there was a literal war happening.
There's a literal them fucking while a war's
in
going
the embassy.
On?
Don't get me started.
And like
I said, it's 4 a.m. I'm sorry, the Taliban is taking over Kabul.
Your sister could be dead.
Your sister is held up at a checkpoint, and you guys,
you're stuck at the fucking embassy. Your flight, you don't have a fucking flight
out.
He doesn't know if he's gonna be able to go home. You guys decide to fuck,
and it went on for a long time.
Guys, this was the biggest sex scene of the book.
No, it was like, okay, yeah. I mean, like it was about time something happened, so I get it. But yeah, the poor guy that had to probably stand outside and guard his door
and listen to it.
Oh my god! And he's like, it's been 5 hours.
But what cracked me up is that guy was like, well, I'm kind of like down to start some shit, and so like he lets her in. Yeah, and I was like, I'm sure that was not what he was intending.
Yeah, he was like, I thought that
shift.
You guys were gonna like get in an argument or something.
I didn't think I was gonna hear
screaming
in a different matter. But I will say that though, like I liked about this one was that there was like a slight slow burn, even though we knew how they felt about each other.
Yeah,
slow burn in their like sexual tension.
I also have to bring up real quick, how are you picturing the embassy? Because I was just picturing a hotel room.
I've watched a couple war movies.
Okay,
before.
I think I need to, because I did not know what to picture, so I was just picturing that they were in hotel rooms directly across from each other.
Okay, no, that's honestly kind of like what I would like think more of it. Like the embassy, I don't want to sound wrong, but I always think it's like a building of a sort that looks more like government. Oh, duh.
Yeah.
But I think it's just like rooms with like small beds.
Okay.
Not very awesome.
I was just literally picturing like hotel rooms.
Yeah. No, that's honest. Yeah, I feel like
Okay.
that's good enough to picture it as.
A lot of this, I was like, I'm confused.
And I'm like, dude,
I don't know a lot about war, so.
you guys are deciding to literally they picked the worst fucking time.
Yeah.
But it was a little crazy. But I do appreciate how it started. Like they just like made out, and then they made out and did some things, and then they made out and did everything, and then they made out and did everything
And more.
The crazy one,
Uh-huh.
I didn't write this in, but I can remember it.
Uh-huh.
She's like, so what now? He goes, well, we're gonna take a shower. Do you know what part I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I'm gonna make you come a couple more times.
He's like, then we're gonna get you on a plane out of here.
I would have been like, huh?
She's like, well, I guess we can't go anywhere anyway, so.
I literally stopped myself in the tracks when I read that.
Yeah.
I said, what am I reading?
I know.
It was
He's
crazy. The things he said were crazy.
Yeah.
If you know, you know.
Yeah, he is crazy.
If you know, you know.
Just, can you think of Dylan O'Brien?
Bitch.
After the thirst trap, I can see it.
Yeah, because in the thirst trap, he says something like,
Does he?
he says something. Yeah.
Oh my God, I don't remember.
I'll show you.
Okay.
Yay! I get to show you again. Anyways. Okay, let's move on.
So anyway, it was crazy.
It's crazy. Wait, what scene did you want to reread?
When
you're
all of
talking
them. All of them.
I gotta bring up my Kindle. There was some things I definitely highlighted some of the scenes. I was like, we need to talk about this.
I was telling Cassie, I was like, I think I need to reread a couple scenes, jog my memory.
I just started laughing.
And yeah, that's what I meant. A couple of the
Mm-hmm.
anytime something spicy happened.
So good. It was so good.
I'm gonna expose myself real quick on here because I know y'all do it too, so I don't care. I'll speak for the people. I will go if I've read a story. It's like, okay, I want to reread that smut scene again. If I haven't highlighted anything, so I can't find it, I go on TikTok and I go in the likely event steamy chapters.
I've done that before,
or
many
like
times.
book title steamy, and then usually people got you.
Yeah.
I couldn't find it that's why I couldn't read it because
This book isn't talked about that much.
It's not talked about. When I tried looking up fan casts, couldn't find anything. I tried looking up the steamy scenes, couldn't find any information. I was like, maybe I'm gonna have to do it for the people.
No, I agree.
So
we're gonna talk about this soon, but the plot twist, I was hoping I understood it.
Yeah, there's like
and I looked it up,
really
couldn't find
nothing.
anything.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, not even a Reddit page.
Yeah, which is crazy that this is the book that they're adapting then.
Yeah.
I would have thought it would have been more talked about, but
maybe it
very
will be.
Weird. Yeah, probably.
It definitely will be, but
okay.
I tend to just highlight the steamy scenes and then I'll go back to it.
I gotta get better at highlighting. I feel like I didn't really highlight almost anything in this book. I don't know why. I
highlighted a lot.
I gotta get better at just highlighting the crazy things that make me do a double take.
For sure.
Okay, I just have to say this is absolutely fucking bonkers to me that they survived not only a plane crash but a bombing.
Bitch. And then the next chapter is about their love life and I go, what is this book?
There's no way. And they escape a place the Taliban is taking over.
How the fuck? And all of them escape.
There's
what the fuck?
It really is in the likely event.
No.
Like it makes sense.
Also, I just want to say how crazy. I know it took years for them to go on these trips, but like to Fiji, you know what I mean? I'm like,
they're like 19,
I'm like,
20.
what do you mean? I'm 22. I could even with a good job, I don't think I could afford Fiji, let alone being in the military. I know they don't pay that well in the military.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Everything was so unrealistic.
I think the military actually does pay pretty well.
Oh, really?
I think so.
Oh.
That's why a lot of people go into it.
Makes sense. Okay. I take it back. Never mind. I take it back.
But also, what do I know?
No, but that makes sense, though. I would hope.
I mean, I would hope you are defending our country. And even though I have mixed feelings sometimes about stuff like that. I would hope that you are here to defend the country and being paid well for it.
Yeah, hazard pay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Izzy is better than me. I would have just fucking left Serena.
That's crazy, Cassie. That's crazy.
You get a stubborn response. I would have been like, okay, fine, bitch. I'm not going to fly myself over here anyways. It's like, okay, fine. If you're not going to come with me, I'm leaving.
But it's her sister.
I know that she loved her so much, but she's better than me.
Okay.
That's all I'll say.
Dang, that's crazy.
Like, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
I know. That's fair.
Just going to say that.
Nate is also really crazy. Everything that he pulled to get her sister
How
out of there.
How the fuck did he pull that and not get in trouble for it?
Well, he was in the military for like 10 years. He said that he pulled in a lot of favors.
Damn. It's crazy.
Again, I don't know how the military works. So I don't get it.
Don't have any idea what this guy did.
Don't understand. Don't know what favors
weird,
these are.
Right?
But yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
Oh, it's me. Okay. Why did I spell proposal like that?
The proposal. This whole sentence, Cassie, is a little crazy. Oh, wait. I see. I see. I was like, Miss Girl, I think you put a period somewhere.
Okay, so the proposal scene where Nate goes to New York and he goes and tries to propose to her. And it's a very heightened emotional moment. He had just left her in Fiji. He hadn't talked to her since.
Or not Fiji.
Paula.
Yeah, something like that.
Something like that. He had just left her there. Didn't say anything about it. She's heartbroken. And he like recognizes her when it's like her dad like opens the door and he sees her. And he says this. He says, "Eyes I'd caused to cry far too many times. I'd wasted years of her life." Because he's like staring at her like sobbing eyes. That's not the full quote, but that one I was just like, damn. Like he's saying that he caused her eyes to cry so much. Like, yeah, you did, dude. You kind of fucked up, but also what happened to you was also fucked up.
Rebecca loves a miscommunication trope. It really bothered me. I was like, will you guys please just listen to each other? What is going on?
No, that was one thing that was really hard. And I know, like, I'm sure people with like PTSD, it's really, I mean, like the hardest thing that you could probably talk about,
right,
is like going through awful things, especially if you were in war. But there were so many things where they just like, it was like two magnets, like they were not talking to each other about anything, even though that they were admitting to each other they were like the number one person and like the easiest person to talk to. And it's like in that moment I wish he had been like, I just like lost my best friend, and then it just didn't propose at all. I just wish that that's
it
how
was
it
a little crazy on him to be like, marry me.
Yeah.
And then she's like, whoa, what's going on?
This isn't you.
And then him to take it so personally. And it's like, wait, just fucking breathe for a second.
Yeah.
Can you guys just like go out and talk?
Yeah.
Get through this.
He left and then she raced after him.
Yeah.
Which that also broke my heart.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, dude, there's no way. And at the beginning, I mean, they said like, oh, this is like blah, 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 what happened in New York. I was like waiting to see what actually happened in New York. This is not what I thought it was that happened.
Yeah, me either. I have to bring up something random.
Okay.
Justin asks him like, oh, it was something about like every time you guys see each other, you guys like slip into each other's beds, like type of conversation like that or something. And he said something like, when was the last time that happened? And Nate says New York. So this entire time I thought that there was going to be a moment where it was like they're going to have like a passionate last night together, and that doesn't make any sense then.
No, that doesn't make any sense because if we're thinking New York, he never even.
And I mean, maybe there's a time that just was not mentioned in the book.
That's true.
Because I was also expecting. Now I'm like getting crazy. I'm like, realistically, how many times did they hook up before
they broke?
It was only in Fiji, wasn't it?
Yes.
No, it wasn't.
No, because he came and visited her in New York.
Yes, but that wouldn't have been the last time.
No.
Fiji then would have been the last time.
Yeah.
Something didn't add up.
wrong at it.
Maybe I misread, but there was something like, when was the last time, or maybe I'm thinking I did misread. Maybe it was, when was the last time you guys saw each other and didn't get into bed together? And he said New York.
Which that would make a lot of sense.
That would make more sense.
Mm-hmm. Nate talking about Julian, like, in describing him and his, like, what happened.
Justin.
I thought it was Julian.
Justin?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Are we sure?
you can fact check me.
Wait, where do I look? I don't
That
know what
scene?
chapter it was. Oh, wait, I actually have it. Hold on. I thought it was Julian.
Julian is who she thought it was.
Torres, right?
Justin Torres.
Justin?
Yeah.
And then wasn't Julian the one with the rattlesnake bite?
No, that
was
shit,
Justin?
now I'm confused. Wait, now the twist is really a twist.
The twist is a twist.
The twist is twisting. He lost both of them?
I think so. This is why I was trying to look up on TikTok and there's nothing about it.
What the fuck? I did not understand that. Why did she have to give them names so similar?
Okay. You want in? Fine, I killed one of my best friends.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of who. Are you talking about all we see is J.U. All we see is J.U.
Oh, Rebecca.
I'm pretty sure it was Julian, though.
Okay.
But I could be so wrong. We're having the same realization as Izzy at this moment.
Wait, I'm so...
Because it says... Hold on.
Wait. Okay, because... Wait, let's just go into the twist.
Okay.
Because we're already there. Okay. I thought that the whole twist... because... Who is it? Rowland is the other guy? Rollin?
No, it's Rowell.
Rowell? Okay, his friends, they all go by their last names, right?
Yes.
Let me just fill you guys in so you understand where we're at right now. His friends, they go by last names. So there's Rowell and there's Torres.
Yes.
Okay. She was assuming this entire time that Rowell was dead.
Yes.
She didn't really know their first names. But then we come to find out, end of the book, she grabs on to, or she has his dog tag because he gives it to Serena to give to her. So it's got the wedding ring or engagement ring, and it has the dog tag. When she opens it, it says Justin Torres. I'm like 99% sure.
You're right. It's Torres something.
It says Justin Torres. So then it's the realization that this friend, she thought it was Raul the entire time, but it's Torres that died. And then you realize every time you were in Nate's perspective, he has been talking to Torres. So what the fuck is going on? And then the big twist is that you find out he's a fucking
ghost
hallucination that he's been seeing. And he's just been talking to this figment of his imagination the entire time.
Yes.
And has to go to therapy about it.
Yeah.
But now I'm confused. And now both of his friends are dead?
I know for a fact that his friends died. Both of them.
So
hold on.
The one?
Oh, wait. Okay. I'm pretty sure the rattlesnake is Julian because he's saying that he buried him that day, and then he explains how he's the one that killed him.
Okay.
And he's like, "It's my fault that he's dead. He yanked me out of the way when a timber rattlesnake struck." And then I'm pretty sure his other friend also died.
Why didn't he suck the venom out?
Because he's troubled.
That's my question.
I've never thought about
suck the venom out.
Isn't that crazy though? Like, what happens to the venom in your mouth?
I think it's like, because it's not being like injected
in your blood.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Like, would I be scared to do it? Yeah. But why didn't he do it to save his friend's life?
He regretted it, obviously.
Okay, so then can you fast forward to what the dog tag says?
Oh, wait. There it is. Right here.
Yeah. Oh, fuck it, it's Julian. I really did just go through the realization that Izzy did. This whole time I thought it was Justin.
I was like, I swear to God, I looked it up.
Oh my God, that took way too long for us to figure out, guys.
Yes. Okay. The tag read Julian Torres. I was wrong. I had always assumed that Julian was Raul. Which Raul was. Oh my God. Yeah.
So
I don't know
what happened to Justin.
Point? I think Justin died.
What?
Wasn't Justin the one that...
was
He was
asking him.
He was the one that was shot, right? And it was bleeding out of him.
What?
Yes. He had a friend that was like bleeding out. Like he didn't say it to her, but that he like had witnessed someone like bleeding out in front of him.
Okay, because I'm also trying to think. It's so confusing because they're using like code words the entire time. So I'm like, I don't even fully know who she was talking to when they're all going by fucking Sergeant Green and Sergeant Black.
Yes.
And
I'm like, I don't know who's who.
So I don't actually know if he was there or not. Or maybe he left. I mean, he doesn't have to stay there.
He
might have not gotten redeployed.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm also thinking. I don't know exactly what happened. There's one. Oh, a Fitz. Some other dude. Fuck, I don't know.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
He like had the blood was like spewing out of him and he witnessed it.
Well, maybe he just didn't get redeployed. But whoa, did I just go on that same twist again?
See, that's
whatever.
There's nothing about this book we can't even.
All to say though, I knew it was Torres.
Yeah, it was Torres for sure.
And he was hallucinating him the entire time.
But the point was that he Nate talking about him and how he died was so awful. Poor little baby Nate.
Yeah.
And then just acted out in emotion.
Exactly. And him staying in the military, like, because that's what Julian would have like done.
Yeah, because that was that's what he wanted.
Yeah.
But that was a crazy twist. Because he reveals it as
obviously
like, it's still twisting for us. He says to the doctor, like, oh, hey, also I've been talking to
I've been trying to cope by talking to my best friend, but my best friend's been dead.
How long did he say?
3 years, I think.
Yeah.
Because it was right before they stopped talking.
Damn. Crazy.
Okay. Anyway.
Sorry, guys.
This book truly had me on the edge of my seat until like the very last moment. Like I was like, there is zero way that they are escaping this war.
It made me very panicked when she got on that flight and he wasn't there.
Yeah. I was like, he's not going to make it.
He's never going to come back.
No, I know.
That was the last time.
And he gave her the dog tag.
And the ring.
And the ring.
And the ring. And then Serena's just like, oh, thank you so much. I would have been like, bitch, not you.
Yeah, I want him instead.
I want him
thank
instead.
you.
Also, I want to say I was panicking for her on that flight, even though we knew that he wasn't going to get on it. But I was also like panicking when she was on the flight to Paola, whatever it was. And he wasn't there and he wasn't answering. I felt her anxiety so much.
Yeah.
And her just being like, he's fine. He would never do this to me. I was like,
I know. And then being like in a different country.
Yeah.
You don't even know what's happening.
Being like, has he checked in yet? They're like, no, ma'am.
Yeah. Why couldn't he have called her?
Why?
Sometimes maybe this is just me. Maybe I've never experienced this distress in my life. You know, I'm like, would it have hurt that much to be like, something came up, I can't make it? That's all you had to do. Takes 2 seconds.
I don't know. He's a very closed off dude.
Yeah.
Obviously, seems he doesn't make the best moves, but it was really sad. Very obviously traumatizing for him. This book truly just has a lot of trauma, as we all know. And I kind of want to wrap up the deep dive with something I found a little silly. This was me after reading the book. And I was like, the Xaden and Violet comparisons. Of course, it's Rebecca, same author. But I felt a lot of weirdly Fourth Wing vibes coming from it.
Yeah.
Take it with a grain of salt. But his like protectiveness and his kind of arrogance and stubbornness when it comes to like protecting the ones he loved. Yeah. And then for Izzy being like, no, I'm gonna fight for my sister, like very driven, very, stubborn as well. I was like, this is just a modern retelling of Fourth Wing, but with real war.
Yeah.
And I saw someone on TikTok talk about it too, so I was like, at least I'm not alone.
Yeah, she's very similar.
Yep.
Writing style, obviously.
Love it. Okay.
Well, we are going to go into our favorite quotes. I kind of failed and I didn't write anything. So
no, please.
Cassy,
I do it for the both of us.
No. It's okay. Take it away.
Because I know you would like these too.
I literally don't know why I didn't highlight anything.
Okay. So I have 3 little quotes for you guys. Some of these I just felt, I was like, damn, They just like stick. First one is I think Nate says this, talking about Dickface, whatever his real name was.
Oh yes, Jeremy.
Yes, Jeremy. He says, if he cheated, then my guess would be that it wasn't because you weren't enough, it was because he wasn't. Ladies, remember that. Okay.
And men too. Remember, that's what you should say.
Yep. Exactly. Second quote I have is okay. Oh, what's this? Says Nate. This correlates with the song that I have for Final Jam, which I'll talk about in a little bit. But it says, I'm stuck, Nate. I'm eternally 25 years old, frozen in place in time, standing in that hallway waiting for you to come back. It's a perfect homage to the song that I have, so I'm excited to talk about that. And then the last one I have is, it's hard to drag something up that never got buried.
Oh,
I was like, damn, that's a hard life quote
hard
right
line,
there.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's all I have for my little quotes. I think I have more, but honestly, girls, I think it's mostly smut, so I don't need to bring that up.
Yeah, she read me some of them, so
it was crazy.
All right, let's go into our final jam.
Let's do it. I'm so sorry, this is so long.
Yeah,
It's okay.
all right, so first up I have Die With A Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. I just felt like it really fit the vibe.
The almost we're gonna die,
Like almost dying multiple times together. Kind of trauma bonds you, you know?
kind of. No wonder they've been together forever.
I know. And I also I saw this on a TikTok, and that's why I put it on there, but Astronomy by Conan Gray. I was like,
I love that song.
it goes pretty well.
I love that song a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so the one that I was mentioning with the quote is Right Where You Left Me by Taylor Swift. I don't know if you've ever listened to this song before.
Maybe if I heard it.
It's really good. It's basically about like this girl who was completely just stuck in the place of the last moments of the breakup, and it's literally almost I know Rebecca probably did this on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
It's from her Evermore album. Rebecca's a huge Swiftie, as we all know.
Yep.
And it literally has a lyric in the song that is almost exactly like that quote, like to the T. Just being like, and I stayed there like waiting for you, never moved on, frozen in place. And I was like, oh my god, this is perfect. So I just think that that's it. And then also pretty much all of Evermore, the album. It's a very weirdly complicated relationship-y album, and I think that Miss Rebecca, I could tell you had some inspiration. Miss Swiftie.
I also said there was just a lot of Panic at the Disco mentioned.
Yeah, really random.
Really random, I thought, but specifically Northern Downpour was mentioned like multiple times. It's kind of like their song, which is a really cute song.
Yeah.
But I'm assuming, well, we all know this is being made into a movie, so I'm assuming they're gonna have to play those songs. It's like a big part of the storyline. And I also just thought it would be funny because there is a 10-year difference, and then it kind of like goes on, like when it flashes back to like 2011, playing like 2011 type songs, and then when it flashes back to the future, or like current times, playing more current music.
I think that
would be so fun.
I would love for them to actually do it right, though. Like get the good 2011 shit in there.
Yeah,
the stuff that matters. But
exactly. Whoa.
Anyways, sorry, that was a big sigh.
Well, we made it.
There we go, guys. This book was super, super good.
Yeah.
Again, if you just totally spoiled it for yourself, I don't blame you. But you should definitely read it. And tell your friends about it. But maybe wait a couple more months instead of reading it at the moment.
Yeah.
But anywho, we really enjoyed it, Rebecca. You killed it again. I'm really excited to hopefully read a little bit more of Rebecca's books.
Yes.
So, just because she's a really good writer.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, she's a good romance writer. But anywho.
All right. Well, thank you for listening or watching. Per usual, everybody, be sure to check out our description for all the things we mentioned at the top of this episode. And we will see you guys next week for more.
All right, y'all. See you later. Bye. Love you.